Good morning, it's Brian from Expert Dojo. We are on the Art of Startup War. We are here with a phenomenal entrepreneur that we have had the great pleasure of investing in. We love 360 Moms. We love where they're going. We love Dina as the head of the ship, the captain of the ship that is actually turning this company from an idea in her mind all the way up to hundreds of thousands of users. It's now going to grow up to be millions of users and is going to be one of the most influential companies in the world in the moms space, which, as you all know, is kind of the biggest space that there is. Okay, Dina, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian. I'm happy to be here.
So here's what this whole show is about. We've invested in you because we truly believe you're going to make us a ton of money. I mean, there's other reasons too, but that was like the main reason.
We will.
So yeah, we're like, she's gold. As my wife said, she's money. Right, so you're going to make us a ton of money because you've already shown that you've built this up to be not just a following, but to be something real and concrete that's changing the world. And we know where you're going to take the company to. Most of the folks who are listening to this podcast are also investors. And some of them follow on with Expert Dojo investors. Other ones like to do investments on their own, but they're all looking for the same thing as us. They're looking to try and find great companies which are at the right valuation that they can then get into right now and then get in there as you're growing this company and you scale it to unbelievable heights in the future. So that's what we're going to talk about. And I want to take you all the way back to the beginning and talk a little bit about, first of all, what is 360 Moms? And then we're going to go back to, how did you come up with the idea?
Okay, great. So basically, 360 Moms is a multi-platform. It's aimed to support parents towards their children's health and well-being. We do that in collaboration with certified experts. We also have a rewards program under 360 Moms that is specially made for moms. We organize educational and informative workshops and webinars to parents. We have over 400,000 unique monthly users to our website, and we're just growing month to month. Our aim and vision is to empower parents towards their children's health and well-being and to be really in charge of their own family's health and for themselves as well. And this is our aim. We want to be the number one trusted resource in the whole world that moms can trust.
Wonderful. We actually randomly, for the first time ever, had a baby shower at Expert Dojo on Sunday, like yesterday. And it is
Congratulations.
It's the most incredible thing. I actually, funny, I said to my wife, I said, we're having this baby shower. I don't really get it because I've never done one before. She said, well, you've never done one before because you didn't do one for me, which means that you suck as a husband. So I found out something really important yesterday that I failed in like 14 years ago. But actually, it was really fascinating to watch. So we did it for a friend of ours. We have this beautiful location here in Santa Monica. And a friend of ours said, look, we want to throw a baby shower. We know you're an accelerator for entrepreneurs. You don't do this, but if we could do it at your space, it would be really nice. And I watched this mixture of emotions which describes so well why your platform is so important. First one is that young moms, old moms, new moms, they have no idea what they're doing. Same as old dads, new dads, young dads, no idea what we're doing, right? We have this child, something which is brought into the world, and we're like, I don't know. How do I make sure this thing doesn't break? Like it's going to break. Like, how can I possibly have this for such a long period? I can't even keep an iPhone without the iPhone breaking. Like, what is the chances of this child making it through? Oh my God, this is going to be tough. Right. And so we're overwhelmed by these emotions of not knowing what to do. And it's not that people can actually teach you or tell you necessarily that are your parents that you suddenly get all of that knowledge in. Like, it's a journey that you have to go through, which is a combination of experience and a combination of making sure that you've been kept up to date with what's happening right now and having a large community of people around you. So the need for 360 Moms is not something where, oh my gosh, we just had a pandemic, it's going to be really important now. It's no. The timing is forever. People require support when they're having kids, like from the very beginning. So that's the first part of it. The second thing is that they must have brought in 40 to 100 large things of Pampers and other things, which is kind of a thing here. I don't know if it's a thing over there as well, but everybody
Yeah.
brings Pampers with them, right? And there's our Pampers, our nappies, and there's all these things. And I thought, oh my gosh, like there's a moment where before you have kids where you think, oh, I don't know if we're going to go out on a Saturday night because I'm not sure we have enough money, and I don't know if I'm going to go on this holiday because we have to be careful with money. And then the second you have a kid, you're like, needs the best. Okay, we're not going to
You
eat
would
for 3
do
weeks.
anything for your children.
You
Anything.
do anything for your kid, right? So you suddenly become the most valuable spender on the planet for like a really long period of time, almost for as long as the kid's with you, right? So brands are desperate to get access to you more than anyone else that they can possibly touch. And at the same time, those same people who are spending money on their kids, we didn't suddenly turn stupid. Our priorities became different. So we want to get the best deals. So I loved even how when you first pitched it to me and you said, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that parents get access to every single piece of education they could ever need, including access to other parents whereby they can discuss it. More importantly, we're going to make sure they get the best deals. So we're going to allow those brands to have some access to those parents, but they sure as hell better give the best deals on the planet or they are not getting access to our community. So suddenly these parents who we know we've been sucker punched, right? We just suddenly know that we just took the fast road to being poor forever. And now suddenly we're being told by you 360 moms, actually, you don't need to be poor. We're going to get you great deals and we're going to make sure those deals are built in the platform and that forever we're going to make sure that you guys are taken care of. The idea is so brilliant and so fantastic that how can it not be hugely successful? But talk to me about, did you just come up with the epiphany in one moment or did it evolve from what you heard parents telling you they wanted?
Okay, so it's a mix of both, actually. It started with, of course, being a mom myself and having 2 kids and having this some challenges, and then I was very lucky to have some consultants that helped me, a parenting consultant and a child sleep consultant, and when I saw the big impact from their advice to me, I said, you know what? Millions of moms need that kind of support. So that's how I started 360 Moms. And from that moment, I started researching on what moms need. And it's all around me. We're in the, the internet age. We can know everything online. We can check what they're asking about on social media. And so the gap is there. They can ask each other, but they don't have the expertise answers. They don't have a place where they can ask experts directly. And this is what 360 Moms is providing. In addition, our content is completely written by certified experts. So it's really trusted. In addition, we have a unique mix of giving them the rewards program, which is like you mentioned, we're giving them the best deals on everything they need. Anything they need as services, products for themselves, for their kids. So this unique blend is all there in one mobile application. And this is 360 Moms. We're working on making it the best mobile application for moms in the world and to make it a wonderful experience that they need to really use every single day.
Phenomenal. And I want to talk about the scaling a little bit later on in the show because it's such an important part of it and how you grew it from the beginning to that stage. I can't even imagine how difficult it was, but it's truly inspirational that you got there. But I want to start a little bit earlier on, right at the beginning, at that really tough piece where you suddenly thought, okay, I needed to get these people in to help me. There are millions of moms everywhere that can't bring anybody in to help them and they don't have resources to be able to go out and get folks. I understand that this is a product that needs to be built, but then you had the expense of building the product, plus you had to find the expertise that was going to help you with building it. How did you go about that? And maybe talk a little bit about some of the challenges that you faced, maybe even the insurmountable ones, the ones that still make you cry a little bit.
Well, many challenges, and I'm sure all the startups have their own challenges. So working with experts is really good and it's really challenging at the same time because they are excited about being part of 360 Moms. They are excited about, and we were very picky, by the way, from the very beginning. we reached out to the best experts so we can continue having the best experts. So this is one, we were very picky and we're still very picky. But we also promised them exposure. We promised them social media exposure. We promised them free videos and so on. We don't pay them yet. So this is not part of the plan yet. So, and it's working. It's working until now. And we have experts from all over the world. We have experts from the Arab region, and we have experts from the US, and we have experts from Europe as well.
But how did you build
which
it?
is amazing.
How did you build that? So you physically had to go out and build the technology infrastructure. How did you come up with the money to do that? And then how did you convince people to come with you at that beginning part of the journey when you had nothing?
Okay, so at the very, very beginning, I just told them my vision. I just told them what I want to do, what is the change I want to make to the world and to the community. And they were in. This is the only thing that I was talking about. And I was very passionate, you know, when you believe in something, they see it and they were, yes, we're in. So this is the first part. And then when we get bigger and bigger, you know, their demands are different. So what am I getting out of it? So we talk about that we definitely make them interact. So many of our experts that we have from long ago, from years ago, they tell us that they had access to many clients and customers through us. So this is really good. We have connected them with new clients and we have, built a new reputation for them. So it is a win-win situation at the end of the day. But they need to believe in our vision as well. They need to be, they really need to see what we're seeing. So that's why not every expert works with 360 moms. They need to be passionate. They need to have, this vision of helping people and so on. So yeah, it works with some and some it doesn't work out.
So you built up the experts first, I'm guessing, and then the moms then followed, and then the brands started to come in when they're like, oh, exactly. These people have got extremely strong influence. And tell us about your choice of where you launched.
So I'm based in Jordan. So definitely what makes sense is that I launch in Jordan. I launched in Jordan, which is a small market. Yeah. But this is a good thing. When we launch in a small market, we test many things. And we have really a loyal followers that love 360 moms. I can't even describe when I meet moms and when I tell them that I'm the CEO of 360 Moms, and then I see the reaction, oh my God, 360 Moms. And this is amazing. You helped me in this and you did this and I was inspired by this. And, this is what makes me go on. The reactions, how we're helping them. And this is amazing. And I really hope to reach millions and make that difference in their lives.
And you're on the way because you already got up to, 400,000 users?
Yeah.
And so how did you do that? Because you're right, Jordan is a small market. So what's really interesting about, you took a market which you know extremely well because it's your market, right? But you also took a market which is not the biggest market, so you could test it out in the region. And normally what happens when you go into a smaller market is that you get a very small group of users. You get 10,000 or 20 or 30,000 users. And then everybody says, you move to a bigger market. But you got to 400,000 users so far, which is a huge accomplishment. And it says two things. Number one, you're incredibly good at being able to scale and grow into markets. And number two, that if you can do that in a market the size of Jordan, then there's no reason why you shouldn't have 4 million, 10 million when you hit markets like Egypt and other places around the MENA. And we're just talking about the MENA region here. Like, moms are universal. I think you could put 15 moms beside each other, one from Ireland, one from England, one from Spain, one from Jordan, one from Egypt, one from America, and leave aside all of the BS that our governments give us. Every single mom is literally exactly the same in what they want for their kids.
We all have the same needs. We all share many, many things that if we're all in one group and every mom is from different country, we can all share one language, And what's really nice about 360 Moms is that it's bilingual. So it's in both Arabic and English, and it's easily can be also having a third and fourth language.
Wonderful. So tell us how you did it. How did you get it from zero? Do you still remember the first mom who came on?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. I started with a teaser campaign. And when I made the teaser campaign, I made it because of two reasons. One, I wanted to make like a 2-week teaser campaign, but because I was late technically, it continued to 2 months. But that was a good thing because people were intrigued. Whoa, something big is coming and so on. So I had like organic 4,000 moms following 360 moms.
Nice.
And then we launched and it was a word of mouth. So we didn't have really like a big fund. It was like my savings, some from my dad, and that's it. And then I saw the growth. After I saw the growth, we started looking for funds. So it was like a step by step. We saw the growth organically, and then we continued with funds.
Incredible. And then did the growth just gradually go from a couple of thousand users to 10 to 15 to 20? Or was there something that happened? And talk to us about the timeline that was over.
So at first it was gradual. It didn't like all of a sudden. It was gradual, which is nice because it grew organically and there was a word of mouth and people were talking about it. I remember at the first month of launching 360 Moms, some moms told me we're fans of 360 Moms. How can you become fans of 360 Moms after 1 month of launch? But it was great that I heard that. And after that, it just grew and grew, especially when we started marketing to other countries as well. So we have mothers from Saudi, we have mothers from Egypt, we have mothers from Jordan, from the UAE, and we also have mothers from the US as well. So this is really nice. It shows the need. It shows the need of moms, of how moms, need this trusted content. And also in addition to the scientific content, we also have content that is shared by mothers. So the real stories, what's really happening. So we have a mix of this and that. I think moms love that. And they thought how sincere and, authentic we are. And this is how 360 Moms is. We are moms ourselves, and we are presenting this to them. So we are also the target audience. We will not present to them anything that is not acceptable to us as well.
Yeah, I love that. And then, so how is it going to grow from here on in? So you've built it up to 400,000 users. You've done that with kind of nothing, really. I know your advisors. You've got amazing advisors. You've had really strong people who have been drawn to you. Obviously, you've got great experts on the platform. You've got huge engagement with the moms that are there. But what does the forward-looking vision looks like? Because, look, my full disclosure to investors here, my simple view was, look, if this entrepreneur is able to take this company from 0 to 400,000 users on the platform in an area that we know is a no-brainer that's going to be able to break through, then if she gets some real money behind her, we throw $1 million to $3 million behind her, this thing is going to jump up to a couple of million users without any challenges whatsoever. But maybe talk to us a little bit about what that journey looks like.
So yeah, definitely what we're focusing on now is the user experience, and we want to make it as the best experience possible. And we want to make it personalized. Moms love personalized information. They love, the attention. They love the little details, and this is what we're going to give to them. So this is our next step for 360 Moms, and definitely we want to be available to many parts of the world, and hopefully with the help of Expert Dojo we will do that.
Yeah. And then but you're not going to do that in Jordan, right? Jordan, are you going to build it up for the next 6 months in Jordan, or are you going to start breaking into new countries immediately?
We are breaking in new countries. We have launched our rewards program in Saudi, which is the biggest market in the Arab region. And we are working on opening in new markets. So definitely Jordan is the starting point. But it's not the goal. The goal is the whole world. So we're gonna start market by market, what makes sense for us, and then we'll take it from there.
And based on what you've learned over the last couple of years, are you going to be leading based on we're going to give you the very best deals? Or how do you, so let me rephrase it differently, right? Because I know that what you want to do is you want to be the best informational site, best informational place for every single mom to find out everything they could ever want to know about bringing up the healthiest and happiest child ever, right? But I'm guessing that
Yeah.
what's happened over the last while is that more and more great deals have come on the platform. And more moms are like, you know what? I want to get a great price on nappies. I want to get a great price on a pram. I want to get a great price on everything. How do you see this shifting going forward? Do you see this becoming more and more of a deals platform, or do you see it becoming more and more of a social media platform? And you can't say both.
So I think we do have a vision of having like a partnership with the e-commerce companies that where we can integrate products inside our content. It really makes sense because moms, when they read, for example, about the best 4 products for newborn, they trust us. When they see the products there, they will buy it.
So, and I see
yeah.
that too. I also think it's the
Yeah.
real value of the world. Like if we had even said that question to Mark Zuckerberg when he started Facebook at the beginning, Mark Zuckerberg would have said at the start, yeah, we're a social media site that keep people engaged everywhere. But if you asked him right now and you really got the truth out of him, he would say we're an advertising platform. Like we're the biggest advertising platform in the world, and we allow people to be able to get their message to the consumers that are best lined up with them. And I would say that on that level, you have the ability to be able to turn into a siloed Facebook, which is extremely focused on one demographic, which, by the way, is about a third of the world. So it's not like we're not talking about a small group of people. We're talking about most people. And we're actually talking about, on a global level, the only group of people who are exactly the same in their wants and desires, no matter where in the world that you're going to be. So great. So we're going to jump in. Did you say Egypt is going to be next?
So Egypt is one of it's the third country that we have followers from.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that we have Egypt as well.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? And then where do you think where you believe you're going to go after that? Let's say how much are we raising right now? $1 million?
So we haven't finalized this yet. We're going to finalize it in the next couple of months. Couple of months it will be ready. We're finalizing the final financials of the of 360 Moms in the next 2 years. So this will be announced very soon, and then we'll start fundraising. But definitely we want to open in markets one by one. So we're gonna go from the biggest markets in the Arab region and then move on to other markets. And I think we need to test it and to see how it goes. But the plan is we will move to other markets as well very soon.
I see you as, I don't know if you followed the honey situation over here where they sold for $4 billion. I see you as the honey for moms, but a much more loyal honey for moms, because honey, we just went on to honey because we wanted to get the best deal for a specific product, right? But if we're actually getting help and advice on how to deal with that product, which just happens to be, our child-related product, then we're going to have tremendous amount more loyalty to that product. So I see you growing to that space in the future, and I see the physical actually implementation in the areas is kind of almost less important as the alignment with the brands by area, so that you can have the very best deals coming from the very best people. And within 3-5 years, you can become one of the biggest influencers in the world. And when I say you, I mean 360 Moms as an influencer for the large brands that want to actually be able to sell their products and be able to hit markets and suddenly sell 100,000 of X straight away.
Yeah.
Almost the new shopping channel for brands everywhere to get access to. So hopefully that's painting a picture in people's head. And at the same time, I don't want to take away from the community aspect and the social aspect of all of these moms being able to engage on the platform. Remember, as investors, what we look at is we look at the cost of acquisition for a user. Moms talk to each other. They have groups everywhere. If moms are getting special deals in an area, they're going to tell all of the other moms about it. If they're having interaction with people which is of a superior level, they're going to tell other moms about it.
True.
So as far as the growth, it puts you in a really, really strong position to be able to make that happen. How do you see, if you were going to quantify at the end of the year, how do you see the user growth getting to? And then how long do you think it's going to take you to get to 1 million users?
So we are working on having 1 million users by the end of the year.
Oh, I like that answer.
Yeah. So 1 million for 360 Moms, end of 2021.
Let me
And
give you
then-
let me give you a harder question because that was too easy. What about 10 million?
10 million, I think we will get there in like 2 to 3 years.
So I was going to say, if for me, and based on our investment criteria and everything else, in the back of my mind, I was thinking she's going to hit it in 2024 or 2025, right? Depending, because it's not just about necessarily going directly like this. It's about the maintaining the quality of the platform.
Exactly,
so
and
that
we
the
need
right ones are
loyal
there.
followers.
Yeah.
We need followers that really are happy. They're happy using 360 Moms every single day.
Wonderful. And talk to us a little bit about the team that you've built. Who do you have? Who's your core team around you? Who is helping the Dina Show become that 10 million users? And how do you see that team evolving over the next 2 to 3 years?
Okay, so I'll start from the beginning. At the beginning, and I think this applies to most startups, it's not easy to find people that can work with you on a startup. But again, it's like working with the experts. The passion, the vision, this is what makes them want to be part of 360 Moms. And what I loved about the next employees that we had at 360 Moms, they were fans themselves of 360 Moms and they loved 360 Moms.
Amazing.
And they were really excited about being part of 360 Moms. So that was wonderful. That they were also fans of 360 Moms and then they continued with us as employees. And then it all goes to building also a friendly, challenging atmosphere in the company. And this is something that I really care about. I wanted to make very challenging. I appreciate them. And we all work in a very friendly teamwork spirit. This is so important, especially when you're a small company. You need everyone to be charged, positive, happy, working as a team. So this is so important in startups and in companies in general, but startups is very important because there are really a few people. So we started with the content manager, who's now the content manager. She started with me, and that she was very important for us to grow 360 Moms. And then we continued with the social media marketing and so on. Technical. The technical is something that was challenging to me because I didn't find the right person from the beginning, so I outsourced at the beginning. But I really believe in having like a partner and an in-house technical team that can really take the company to the next level and to make the experience amazing. So I'm really happy that I have a strong team of technical people right now, and that share the vision of 360 Moms with me. So we are 15 people now, and we're working.
It's a good sized
on-
team. It's a great sized
Yeah.
team. And again, one of the great advantages of being over there is that you have the ability to be able to build this really strong team without burning $100,000 to $200,000 a month. So you can build
Exactly.
these users
True.
on your terms rather than continually being worried about raising money. I actually really liked your answer at the beginning when I said, like, what are you raising? $1 million. And you're like, well, you know what? Raising money is not as important as building users. And we'll work out
Definitely.
based on the financials of where we're going forward about what money we're going to raise. But we don't need to raise money. What we need to do is continue to exponentially grow our users. And we're going to do that ourselves.
They are our priority.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, because you're badass, and I love your advisors that you have around you, who I had the pleasure of speaking with when we were first talking about the investment, and you've built some phenomenal advisors around you. So maybe talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that as well. People who've already done this, they've written the book.
Exactly. I think this is so important that you have the right advisors around you. You have mentors that you can really trust and ask and really learn from their mistakes. And sometimes when you, especially, I can tell you as a sole founder, I don't have a co-founder. So this is important. I want to discuss important decisions. So I need someone that I can really think with, and that I can brainstorm with, and that can help me with making decisions. And sometimes I ask more than one person or one mentor. So I ask this advisor and another advisor, and then I can decide on the way moving forward. So it's so important to have the right advisors, mentors, and if you don't have someone, just go around and ask. So it's really important.
Yeah, you've built a phenomenal team around you. And I always say this with investors. Some investors say, well, we want to have a founder team, and other investors will say, well, it's not as important. I think at the very beginning, having a one founder team is really, really, really hard. But when you break through and you can bring it up to somewhere like you did, like 400,000 users, what you realize is actually we've just de-risked that whole partnership breakup, which happens 50% of the time, by the way.
Yeah.
So by having that solo founder, you've done all of the hard work, you've built it up. Now you can build great people around you. So I'm so pleased we invested in you guys. I love what you're doing. I truly believe you're going to get to those 10 million users by 2024, 2025. There's not a doubt in my mind that we are going to hit 1 million users. We're going to back you up on everything that you need to get there. And once you're there, you're going to expand this thing like crazy. So I want to leave.
Yeah, we're so excited about the future. So excited.
So let's finish it there, right? I want to leave the floor to you. Talk to us about the future. Talk to us about how you see the platform evolving, about how you see the users evolving, the products evolving, what you're going to do. You're speaking directly to investors. So what you're saying to investors is, look, this is probably the last time you will ever get a chance to come in at a reasonable valuation in our company. After this, once we hit 1 million users, goodbye. The game is over. We're hitting like late seed, early Series A, and we're going to build this thing up to 10 million users, and we'll be starting to work with the institutionals. But for right now, paint that picture of the future, and then finish it, please, with letting everybody have your contact details so they can get in touch with you.
Yeah, sure. So basically, 360 Moms is going to be the app that moms rely on every single day. They will have the latest updated news about their children's health. They will have a place where they can ask experts. They can have a place where they can get the best deals for everything they need in one place. And it will be very personalized. It will be according to their needs, according to what they want. So every mom has like a different stage. A mom that has a newborn is different than a mom that has teenagers. And we will cater for both. It will be like their own personal app. This is 360 Mom's future. And it will be related to every mom in the world. And it can be translated to every language in the world. And this is where we're going. And my contact info is dina@360moms.net. I think that's it. Do you need anything else?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I will tell you, everybody who listens to this podcast knows I'm not a promoter. We are investing our money. I'm just telling you why I'm very happy we put money in this company, why I believe we're going to make a ton of money on the other side of this company, and why I believe they all should look a little bit deeper into the numbers so you can see how this company, how it has grown to where it's got to and where it's going to go to in the future. Because once it hits those 10 million users, it's game over. We've all won. So Dina, you're awesome. I'm so looking forward. We've only just begun.
Thank you, Brian.
But I'm so pleased with where we're going to be going to. For everybody else, if you want to get into the weeds with me and talk to me about this, I'm happy to jump on a call with anybody, anytime. It's brian@expertdojo.com, or reach out to Dina direct, and we'll be happy to chat with you. Let's build
Thank you
your
so
unicorn.
much, Brian.